is lame duck number 76. So let's find out who is the latest lame duck. Let's go now. First things first, in this lame duck session.
For the United Nations General Assembly to share the extraordinary progress we've made. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough.
I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
Lights off! Off! Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn
We
off
go back
the
a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
So I changed my return flight and flew back on the first available flight I could take.
I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
I'm sick and tired of ordinary people being fleeced.
I'm tired of being quiet.
I'm sick and tired. I'm just sick and tired. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
With great power comes great responsibility.
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones. You see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way, isn't it? These eyes. You want to see a bird graveyard? You just go. Take a look. A bird graveyard? Go under a windmill someday. You'll see more birds than you've ever seen ever in your life.
On Monday this week, President Donald Trump went to the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., where he has recently fired the entire board and appointed himself as the new chairman. While skulking around that national cultural treasure on Monday, where he now personally intends to choose awardees. So get ready for a lot of, Kid Rock and children's choirs who sing songs about the greatness of Donald Trump. While he was skulking around the halls of the Kennedy Center on Monday, President Trump on Monday announced, surprise, that the very next day he would be releasing all files related to the investigation of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. All files on this subject with no redactions would be released the next day, on Tuesday. And so, because he said so, and what else is government other than just whatever Donald Trump says, because he said so, the National Archives on Tuesday, in fact, posted online over 60,000 pages of government documents on this subject. So he says it on Monday. They posted this stuff on Tuesday. Now, it's Friday Eve now, right? It's Thursday night. For all the conspiracy theories and drama that we as a country have built up around the JFK assassination in the past 60 plus years, ask yourself this. Over the last couple of days, have you, heard anything in the news? Have you seen any big headlines about the amazing revelations in these documents? Have you seen news stories about how, wow, these new documents finally shed new light on the assassination, or that, some previously unknown fact about it has been revealed and this changes everything? Have you seen any news stories like that? No, you have not. And that is because the documents that genius Donald Trump insisted on Monday had to be released on Tuesday, those documents were almost entirely documents that had been previously released to the public under President Joe Biden when he released a bunch of them, under other presidents who had released other stuff. Almost all of this stuff had previously been released anyway. But this was a little different, right? Because Donald Trump, genius, insisted that the documents he was ordering to be released, these documents would have to be unredacted. He made that explicit in his order. Totally unredacted, nothing crossed out. And so, on his orders, they released all of these documents that had been previously released, except this time, they had nothing crossed out, nothing redacted. And it turns out, you know what had been redacted the other times they had released these documents? You know what had been under those black boxes in previous releases of these same documents? You know what was under the Sharpie scratch-outs on all these pages? Turns out what had been redacted was the social security numbers and birth dates of tons and tons of random people who worked for the government around the time that the Kennedy assassination was being investigated. Ta-da! So that is what he has ordered released. That's the big revelation from Donald Trump. Headline: White House seeks to contain damage from personal data in Kennedy files. Headline: Social security numbers and other private information unmasked in JFK files. These geniuses, these big brains. Among the people who Donald Trump has just doxed by publishing his full and unredacted social security number for no reason at all is his own lawyer, Joe DeGeneva, who worked for the Trump campaign and who represented Trump on some of the weirdest Russia and Ukraine stuff. In the Washington Post, quote, former Trump campaign lawyer Joseph DeGeneva, age 80, whose private information was included in the release, said, quote, it's absolutely outrageous. It's sloppy, unprofessional. DeGeneva continued, quote, it's like a first grade elementary level rule of security to redact things like that. First time in my life I've ever knowingly agreed with Joseph DeGeneva. But that's just the start. The Washington Post further discovered that Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has just published the full, accurate, and complete, quote, social security numbers, birthplaces, and birth dates of not just random people, including his own lawyer, but, quote, more than 100 staff members of the Senate Church Committee and more than 100 social security numbers of staff members of the House Select Committee on Assassinations, which investigated the killing of John F. Kennedy. Now, awkwardly for Trump in terms of what he has wrought here, and awkwardly for the rest of us because of the grammar involved, the Post also has to sort of gingerly note that many of these staff members of the Assassinations Committee are themselves still alive. Right? I mean, just because they were on the Assassinations Committee doesn't mean they're not still alive and kicking. And now Donald Trump has ordered all of them to be very thoroughly doxxed, which, among other things, appears to be quite illegal. Both the Washington Post and the New York Times spoke with experts who told them that this very well looks illegal. What Trump just did here appears to pretty bluntly violate U.S. privacy law. At least one person who had his or her social security number published by Trump has started discussing bringing a lawsuit against the government for having done this. Probably pretty good grounds to do that. It's also helpful to keep in mind who exactly we're talking about here, right? If these people were Senate staff members and House Select Committee staff members in the 1960s and 70s on committees that were doing intelligence investigations and the investigation of the Kennedy assassination and the investigation of the investigation, I mean, people doing that kind of work in government in the 60s and 70s, well, a lot of those people stayed in government or in public service, and that was one step in what turned into a very impressive career in public service, right? A lot of these people ended up later on in their life with very impressive, very important jobs. The people who Trump just doxed include this list. I mean, this is from the Washington Post again. Quote, many whose social security numbers were exposed had become high-ranking officials in Washington. They include a former assistant secretary of state, former U.S. ambassador, researchers in the intelligence world, State Department workers, and prominent lawyers. The Post was first to report that this is what Trump did. The New York Times adds this tonight, quote, White House officials acknowledged today that it was only after the papers were made public that they began combing through them for exposed details. Only after they were made public. So Trump was bumbling around in the halls of the Kennedy Center, being a genius, when he announced, when he blurted out Monday, apparently with no planning else anywhere else in the government, when he just blurted out that the Kennedy assassination records will be released tomorrow. Because he said it, and that's how the government works now, they then released the documents the next day, Tuesday, and then, quote, on Wednesday, the day after that, that's when the White House ordered that the pages be combed for exposed social security numbers, which, of course, had all already been published by the hundreds. Now, after that ready, fire, aim routine, they're now trying to fix it. The White House has now, quote, directed the Social Security Administration to issue new Social Security numbers to the affected people in an extraordinary response to mitigate the potential harm of the disclosures. They will also be offered free credit monitoring. So yeah, good luck, ambassadors and assistant secretaries of state and high-end Washington lawyers, including some who worked for Trump. Good luck in your 70s and 80s. Now working with the hugely diminished and unbelievably chaotic Social Security Administration to restart in your 70s and 80s everything in your official and financial life with your brand new Social Security number that Donald Trump is having to issue you today as an old person, as if you were a brand new baby. And he has to do that because Donald Trump just published your full name, your birthday, your place of birth, and your unredacted Social Security number on a government website. Because what? Who's going to tell him no? Who's going to tell him that's not a good idea? And that actually is the most amazing part of all of this, because it does not actually appear to have been a mistake. It's not like they didn't see it coming, and so they were surprised when it happened. Look at this from the Times reporting tonight. Quote, administration officials knew before the documents went out that releasing them without redactions would expose some personal information. They knew before the documents went out, but they did it anyway because he's the king. And what, you're going to tell him the genius brain fart he had about Kennedy while he was walking around the Kennedy Center is somehow not the world's greatest and well thought out idea? Who around him is going to be like, sir, Quote, President Trump delivered on his promise of maximum transparency. Yeah. Yes, he did. And the maximum transparency here is like if jeans came in clear and nobody had underwear anymore. Yes, it's maximum transparency. I'm not sure that's good. He definitely delivered. Yeah. And who were you or anyone else to question the inherent genius of every impulsive blurt of the 70-whatever-year-old God King who rules without restraint?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There he is. There he goes. That's him right there. Put the spotlight on number 76. Donald Duck Trump. Been the most prolific duck among men. He's been the first, and he damn made sure will be the last. Here's the trash bag human of the week, the weakest of the week. We got Donald J. Bucklin Trump. MD, what do you think about this trash bag human?
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, this one is a good one based on the relevancy of what we're talking about here. A nothing burger. Let's just clear that out right now. A nothing burger with the JFK. I was excited. I believe I said in the group chat when he announced it, I said, "Oh, I get something out of this. Let's see what this JFK file talking about." Nothing burger. But before that, the Epstein nothing burger. Still trying to see that. I don't know what the hell they put out today. The one that I was most excited for, Crossfire Hurricane. I guess they're going to, I believe it came out today. I've been trying to see what's going on with it. It's such a long thing that I guess it's going to take time. I'll look into it as soon as I can. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be another nothing burger. And the Crossfire Hurricane one is most important because it reveals all with the retribution tour with Donald Trump. Remember now, Crossfire Hurricane, Russia. He's supposed to be exposing a lot of people. What was the reason behind Crossfire Hurricane? He fired the FBI director, James Comey. That followed with the Mueller report. They say, why are you firing your FBI director? Just because he didn't do what you told him to do as far as the Hillary Clinton emails? Like, what's going on? But those, that Crossfire Hurricane investigation, it showed a lot. Steele dossier came out Was part of the Steele dossier fake? Probably. But it showed a lot of stuff that coincided with the Steele dossier that the FBI already knew. Papadopoulos. I don't know Papadopoulos. Yeah, you did, because the FBI had critical information that Christopher Steele also had. How did he have it? So I want to see that. You mentioned earlier about the impeachment of the judge. That's Boasberg. Who's Boasberg? He's the one that was involved in Crossfire Hurricane. All of this is tied together, folks. All of this is tied together. They wanted to indict, I think her name was Paige, the FBI agent, for doing a whole bunch of stuff in the FBI during the Mueller report. And Boasberg said, no, you can't do that. She's doing her job. So all this stuff is tied together. Donald Trump is trying to go on retribution to everybody that crossed him from the first term. That's a fact. RFK Jr. should be a damn shame of himself, because they're making a mockery of the legacy of his uncle and his dad. A mockery. Nothing that came in that report that we didn't already know. I believe they said 99% of the report was already declassified. And the only part that wasn't declassified is the Social Security numbers. Like, this is lunacy. This is lunacy, people. Lunacy. Why are we accepting this? Why? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Because he's Big Daddy Duck Trump. All he has to do is stick his chest out and white women go nuts.
Hell, I'm almost scared for him to say that they finna get ready to release the MLK files. Ain't no damn telling.
Boy, it's gonna be full of. You want to laugh? It's gonna be full of MLK texts to other women.
Probably.
Even though text didn't exist. But they're that dumb.
And say, look, you see what DEI get you? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like I said, all of this stuff that we mentioned about Trump are impeachable offenses, y'all. I want to get that through y'all's skull. Impeachable. If Biden did a slither of anything that Trump has done it's only been 2 months, y'all. 2 months. And this man done did like 5-6 crimes already.
And guess what? It's gonna be 6 presidents from now that's gonna run on trying to posthumously arrest Trump or impeach him.
Yeah. Trump will probably be dead in the ground. We're filing charges on Donald Trump posthumously.
You can see it. You see the bullshit? You
can
see it.
You're right. You're right on that one. I can't even front. I can't even front. So they might put him in the dirt with the cuffs on.
Hell yeah. And he gonna be happy to go with him.
Yeah, we got him.
I should have said that. I should have said that was hard.
so you might be right on that one, Mike. But this lets you know the loans. And let me point something out, because I know we finna get ready to close it out. Listen, I'm not gonna allow this to be the last duck. I just can't let it happen. Me and Van Cat had a discussion earlier. I know he probably gonna say some words, and I'm gonna leave it till then. But believe you me, man, this can't be the last duck. We ain't going out like that. We just got to get in the brainstorm room and we gonna put something together.
And I'm gonna force Van Cat to at least come visit.
Yeah, most definitely. The show ain't the same without Van Cat. Like I said, we gonna figure it out.
We're also not gonna get angry Van Cat.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Van Cat discuss it, but yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it at all.
I'll keep mine short. Trump did it on purpose. He was trying to get that lawyer killed, and he did all them 100 people, however many hundreds of people, just to get rid of that one lawyer, because the lawyer heard something in the room somewhere. That's how my mystery book of Trump is gonna go. That's how the storyline's gonna go. So that's what it really is. Go ahead, Twin.
Yeah, very I can't with y'all. But yeah, it's this whole thing about him releasing the JFK files was just I was waiting for something specific, and shocking and revealing to come out. And when that came out, I was like, that's it. There's nothing else.
You should blame yourself. When has
Like
Trump ever done anything exciting, truthful? Or you should blame yourself. I expected nothing.
I was like, what the hell is this? Like this was like a lackluster buildup. Like, how you gonna climax everybody and then it's a big letdown after? Like, come on, dude. Like, do better. But it was just redactment and social security numbers being redacted and nothing that we haven't known before still being there. Like, it give me something like a Martian kidnapped JFK in the last minute and the brains just blew, like something different. It was just the same old that we were like expected. It's like nothing new. And
He's saving that for when the sex tape drops.
But Stormy Daniels will beg to differ in terms of like the excitement. But
not when she gets her check.
But you know, ain't she has a whole family now, so I don't even know how that works. But I mean, it's one of those things where nothing surprises me anymore. I'm still waiting for the wow factor with this whole administration. Nothing is like changing and challenging the norm. It's the same old bull crap that they keep pulling the last time, like the Houdini out of the hat. We need something that's like, you know, quite, you know, over the top here. Because if this is what it is, Trump, you're not. It's just this not it, man. Like I was just like, maybe there's something new. Maybe Oswald did something. Maybe they shot from a different angle. Maybe it was the CIA. It was just like you couldn't see anything in the file. It was just all stuff that was like literally like over time just it got erased. I question all of this. Is this a distraction to try to keep us away from certain things? I don't know. But Trump, this was not it. I'm sorry, sir. I mean, what's next? You're going to release the files of Area 51. Even that might be more interesting than what you're doing at this point. I need to know if there's aliens out there. I need to know if there's another universe, if the black holes are going to suck us in and spit us out through the white hole. I don't know. There's too many holes to like figure out. I need y'all to tell me, something that's different. But I can't do it anymore, man. Like the build up and the letdown is just tiresome. But Trump do better. And to say all this, I don't think this is the last of TFP. Van Cat, we can't do this without you. Your laugh when we give you like certain jokes, it lights up the entire the whole panel. So we can't let you go out like that, man. No. And Twin is gonna come visit. I'm gonna still be the immature dirty one. If Twin want to chime in, he can. Mr. Straight Talk will come in if he needs to. But we're not gonna end TFP. We're gonna rebrand it and do something different. And we'll leave all of y'all to come up with the brainstorming, and we'll just come in when we need to, and we'll figure it out. MD and Van Cat and Twin and Mr. Straight Talk. We'll figure something out.
All right. So there we go. Lame Duck, number 76, Donald Duck Trump. So we've come to the end of the show here. Just like my colleagues have said, I want to just say that I've come to the point where, doing the show, it's really taken away a lot of my time and things that I'm trying to do and things that I need to do. So I'm at the point now where I may have to gracefully bow out. Speaking with MD today, he said some things that made some sense to me. But I just need to, I just need to go for a second. So I'm not gonna completely say it's over, but like just for right now, it might be over for me. But I'll talk with MD, Ricardo, Mike, everyone else, and see what can happen. But yeah, at this point, I don't know. Oh, what's that? We got an echo going on here.
You're not gonna know it.
What is that?
Trevor, that's you.
Yeah, Trevor got a mad echo.
Yeah. Hello? Anybody can hear me?
I said,
I can hear you now.
Nowhere.
Oh, okay.
You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's let Trevor talk. Go ahead, Trevor.
Mute Trevor.
Mute me your ass, mute you.
You making an echo.
Yeah, because the YouTube was open in the back. So leave it to Venkat to try to
There we go.
compete with me on every level. But I do agree. I do agree with what what he said in the message earlier. So I did just want to come on and say, job well done. As far as Tafis politics, I don't know where it's going to go or what iteration we're going to get of it, but I do say job well done. But I will say this: there's no slight on anybody. Take it however you want to take it.
Flight.
You don't know what this is to do this. You don't know what this is to put the shows together. You don't know what this is to try to clip videos and to do this and do that. So I do applaud Venkat. I don't agree with 80% of what he says, but I do give him the creative license to do what he did. And for 70 episodes, he did it more than great. So I do applaud him for that and appreciate everything that he did. I appreciate all you guys.
Especially me.
So whatever this is going to be, however it's going to be, I don't know, but I will say Tafis Politics was a ride. I don't know if you guys gonna continue on the thought box. I don't know, but because after April I'm getting rid of StreamYard completely, just because I'm not paying $50 for it. So I don't know. I really don't know what anything's gonna look like going forward. Let's just say that, and it's ironic that Wrestling with Reality, the last show in theory, will be episode 70. And I'm looking here at Tafis Politics. The last show is episode 70. So it's kind of poetic, but it is. I know Venkat does a lot. It's different on Man Talk Monday because we do shorter videos. We let our chat dictate what we're going to do as far as the show, but he puts a lot of work into this, which is why I took over the bones of the wrestling show, because you're trying to do this and the wrestling show is not, you'll never have a minute for yourself. And I don't think people understand, to run shows like this, the amount of work that you have to put in it. So I do commend him, and he needs to take a break. I for the longest was suggesting off seasons and things like that, because you just can't go every week on this. You just can't do it. It'll burn you out. You can't have a family life. It will take everything out of you. So like I said, I do commend him. When I say producer extraordinaire, I don't say that jokingly. I mean that. He did a fantastic job. Like I said, I don't agree with half the stuff he said. Even tonight, it was taking everything in me not to come up and bust his head on a lot of things, but I just was like, you know what, this is gonna be the finale. So I'll just chill right now. But yeah, man, I wanted to push the button so bad. But the guy does do a lot of work. Like I said, if you're not in this producer chair, you have no idea what this is. The editing of the video, and I think Venkat does all this from his phone, which is even worse. I use my computer. He uses his phone to make all these videos and stuff like that. It's hard. It's not easy, So, like I said, man, I do appreciate everybody for doing what they're doing. I've always said, I've said it so many times on Man Talk Monday. You guys just thought that I was playing. I said, there's gonna come a time where this is gonna stop. And I need you guys to start building up your own channels and doing stuff like that, so this work could keep going. And I guess everybody just thought I was probably playing. The Venkat thing caught me off guard. That completely caught me off guard today. But I understand 1,000,000% what he's saying, because it's burned out. You're burned out. I'm completely burned out. Completely burned out doing this. And but I do commend them nevertheless. I do commend them, and I hope you find some rest, man. Listen to Pause and Reflect in the morning. It's going to be talking about rest. So just I hope you find some rest, man, and get your family time in, because it's very important, very very important. If I tell you the way we were betrayed today by some friends, like it's crazy, man. The older I get, the more I learn who your real partners are. But I got nothing but confidence that MD, if he really puts his mind to it and really finds the time. That's the problem, is finding the time that he'll continue this work, because the work can't stop. um and if you ever need to argue, you ever want to argue, just shoot the bat signal in the air. I'll come through sometime. But that's all I had to say. Fantastic job, fellas. Yeah, I mean, we got Wrestling with Reality, the what not well, I guess it would be the penultimate show, because that's the WrestleMania preview show, and then we'll do the WrestleMania review show the following week, and that'll be it. So I guess it's the end of an era, I guess. But I just was looking at some things. I'm not gonna keep paying StreamYard $50. Then I gotta pay to stream the show over to Twitter. Then I got, it's too much. It's way too much. I'm gonna use a new service, but it only allows you one administrator seat. So, you know, so there you go with that. But again, fellas, fantastic job. Um, Again, we don't always have to agree, man, but you guys did a hell of a job, and my hat's off to you, and I salute you with my ball ass head. See you down the road.
All right, thanks for that, Triple H. Uh, the echo. Hey, Trevor, mute out. Oh, okay, you just left. All right, so yeah, at this point in the show, we gonna do of course, final sign off. So let's start with let's start with Mike.
All right. As the ancillary member, I like to say it was an honor to be the comedy guy with your politically straightness. It was a lesson. There are things I used to write down every show. Now this show, I'm gonna have to write down that boat, because I don't remember none about that boat. All I remember about the Cuban immigration thing was the beginning of Scarface, when everybody was coming over and they were sending over their criminals and everything, and I was like, no. So like, I learned from you guys so much. Much love. I got a member of my team in here. I got the best Tuesday person, and I got a guy who I gave the best nickname so hard that Trevor tries to steal it like he made it up. I said it. I called you the producer extraordinaire. I said it. Yeah, I'm Rick. I'm half Rick James, half what's that guy who said, "Shut up! I created rock and roll."
You talking about
Little Richard. Little
yeah, a
Richard.
little bit, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
half
yeah.
Little Richard, half Rich. What's his name? Rick James. I started it, bitch. Anyway, uh, I'm so stupid. And then another thing Trevor said that was horribly wrong, where he said he takes his hat off. No, no, no. I take my hats off because my girl got me these fire hats, and they're awesome. and yo, I'm gonna miss this because the only one that appreciates my comedy is Venkat. I might make MD laugh 2-3 times an episode, but he'll usually go, "Oh yeah, that was a good one. I see what you did there." He'll talk like that. Twin laugh at anything because he's just trying to get some adult conversation. So I can't really judge. Plus, he's my twin. He gonna laugh because he don't want me to look stupid. But Venkat, you are my audience, sir. If I could take just you, I would do a 5-minute set and put you right in the middle and know that at least I'm gonna make one person laugh their balls off. And then we're gonna go get you some new balls because we can't have them dragging on the ground. That'd be weird after that. See what I'm saying? No matter how juvenile, Javan gonna go there with me. I need him. But hey, nobody else knows how you and I get down behind closed doors. Pause. I just mean you are a stand-up human being, and you make other people better. You make me better. Neo song. Pause. You're the only person, you and Nene, but she's my birthday twin. The only people that ever made me want to be good at editing. The only ones, because I hate it with a passion. Everybody knows my story. It took me 5 minutes. No, it took me an hour to make a 5-second little blip, And then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. This sucks. So you are a extreme talent. I hope if you ever find some ice cubes and cool your burnout off, that I'll be the first name you think of when you want to start something up. Because you know I'm going to show up, even if I'm asleep, like I was today. I apologize again. Love the ball of you fellas. Y'all have a good one. I think I'm going to go call my girl because she's cute. And if you can't tell, that's her right there. And that's her right there. And that's her right there. And she right there too. My girl cute. Oh, look at my baby. Hey, look at my baby got the hammer. All right, I'm just playing. Y'all have a good one. Peace to the chat. Master Blaster, you know what it is. Welcome D-Lock on the last day. That sucks. Love the love, man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, Mike. All right. So I have Ricardo. Ricardo, final sign off, sir.
Yes, it has been a blast. I can't say enough about how great it is. The greatest political pattern on YouTube or in general. We have a blast coming on doing the show every week where we had the opportunity since it's in its inception. Hopefully, again, like I'm going to echo my sentiments with Mike here. Once extraordinaire Van Cat, get past the burnout, hopefully we'll be back, telling the people how we feel about our opinions about Trump and his goon squad. But this is not the end, Venkat. We understand, we get it, and hopefully we'll come back sometime in the future. I know it's a lot. Trust me, we know it's a lot to do the show. So we understand when you say you have to take time out and focus on and prioritize certain things, and we respect that. So all in all, great job. Thank you for being an extraordinary Van Cat that you are in producing TFP, and hopefully we'll see you in the future. And this is not the end, like we said. We'll figure out some way to come back. If it even means, MD, you pass the baton to MD and he incorporate you somehow, we'll do it. Just let us know. And with that being said, peace out.
All right. Thanks, Ricardo. Appreciate you. And MD, final sign off, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this ain't the end, man. I ain't going out like that. I just can't do it. I just got to put together a plan. I'm gonna get up with the all the co-hosts of TFP. We gonna come up with something. Give me like a month. Give me a month, and we'll figure something out. And I'll know where to go from there. As far as on this side, hey man, it's been a hell of a ride. I think I was able to bring forth some info or some insight. And it's therapeutic for me at the end of the day. Like I said, for the most part, when I'm working, like in my work hours, I live and breathe politics pretty much all day long. If I ain't on the phone, I'm ingesting some type of political content. That's what I like to do. Yeah, I do it. You know what I'm saying? I do it in my pastime as much as I can. But at the end of the day, everybody got life to live. That's just a fact. Usually when I get home on Friday, I unjack from the system, man, and I spend time with my family. Everybody need that. Everybody need it. Um, I think you should do what you love. I love politics. I love the intricacies and the debate of it. I'm gonna continue to do it. Everybody just ain't got the time. I just need to come up with a plan. If I can come up with a plan to do it, like I said, it'll be a condensed version. It won't be like the 3-4 hour long show. Cause me, I stop and I got to set up and everything. So I try to do shows around 8:30. If I can do that and I can do it consistently, we back. So like I said, I'll see y'all for now. Me, Van Cat, Ricardo, Mike, we'll figure something out and we'll be back. Mainly for the purposes of the duck. I think the duck can't die on Trump. It just can't do it. It can't do it. We need some comeuppance when it comes to the duck. And if it's gonna be Trump in the end, it's got to be a triumphant duck in Donald Trump, meaning down with the king. So until now, we'll see y'all. We'll figure it out. Give me a month, and I know something proof positive. So with that, I say peace.
All right. Thanks, MD. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting the channel. Thank everybody for supporting the show. I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Ricardo, MD, Mike. Thank Mr. Straight Talk, Nene, of course, Bones, Zay, everyone else attached to Straight Talk, Wayne, and Kev. It's been a great time here, but working the times that I work and putting this together, you will not believe the odd hours of the night that I'm putting together something to make this run. So, yeah, maybe I just need some time. I'll connect with MD and everyone else and see what goes. But for right now, I just need to find my smile. So, for everyone here at Straight Talk Society, I'm Venkat, signing off on TFP. Have a great evening, and we'll see you somewhere down the line. Peace.
Peace.
Peace and out.